Can you explain a little bit about victim services to our listeners out there?
Sure. Victim Services is a program started by Hamilton Police, and basically what it is if it's intended for victims of crime, for serious crimes, and if something happens to them, say something happens to someone's family, we are basically counselors on the go, if I can say that. We are called in by the police, and we basically assist the victims with just problems that they might have, contacting loved ones in tough times, basically just being there for them, giving them referrals, and so on.
What kind of characteristics do you need to be successful in this volunteer program?
Well, it's very important to be able to talk to people. It sounds kind of simple, but a lot of people do not have that skill. So it's very important to be able to talk to people. So you do need patience. You do need to have a sense of understanding, and definitely a sense of being able to relate to someone. And basically a lot of other things, but most importantly, just being able to talk to people.
Was there any training or expectations involved when you applied?
Yes, there was training. Basically, the training consisted of a 3-month period where I had to go once a week for about 3 hours a week for different kinds of training every week. 1 week, for example, would be dealing with victims that have dealt with murder and so on and so forth.
Has there ever been a situation where you didn't know how to react and you needed help from someone else?
There haven't been too many situations. The training is pretty thorough, and a lot of things are common sense. But there was a time when I did need some help, and we do have team leaders who basically help us out along the way, and they're a great source of information. So basically, I just contacted them. They told me what to do, and the situation was resolved. So it is a great avenue. Team leaders are great, and usually not. So I can't say there's many instances, just that one time, pretty much.
Now, how long have you been volunteering with Victim Services?
I've been with them for about a year now.
What would you like to take from this experience?
Well, I eventually want to go into policing, so all the things that I've learned are all the things I'm going to be taking with me. So everything that I've done is great, but I guess if I were to sum it up in one thing, it's just experience. I definitely want to get the experience of dealing with things that I will eventually be dealing with, as a police officer in the future.
How could our listeners apply to this program if they were interested?
Well, if they are interested, all they have to do is go down to Central Police Station, downtown Hamilton, pick up an application form, or just go down to the Victim Services office. It's right on the first floor as soon as you enter the building, and basically talk to one of the leaders there. And yeah, but the only problem is there's only one training session a year, so they might have to apply early on in the year or late in the year, depending on when the training session starts.